First at 4, breaking news. We're getting our first look inside the warrant that was used to raid the Florida home of President Donald Trump. Also, Kim Adams is here working on your forecast.
Well, it is a beautiful evening here in Metro Detroit with partly cloudy skies. But what about that weekend forecast? I'll have it for you coming up first at 4.
In 2015, a woman moved her business from Birmingham to Detroit. At the time, people called her crazy, but now she's celebrating 7 years here in the city. I'll explain the fun shopping event she's planning to celebrate her store anniversary.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
We start with breaking news on the search warrant for the raid on the Florida home of former President Donald Trump. In fact, we're getting our first look at what that warrant said. NBC News is among the outlets that have obtained copies. Devin Skillian joins us now with the very latest. And Devin, what do we know so far?
All still pouring over it, of course, Sandra, but the judge in the case had set a 3 p.m. deadline to hear from the former president's attorneys to either object or not on the request to unseal the warrant. The Justice Department says he does not object. So the warrants have been officially unsealed. NBC's been sharing some of the information over these past 60 minutes or so. And the receipt of the property, which lists out on the exact documents taken from Mar-a-Lago, shows agents recovered 11 sets of heavily classified documents. On that list, 4 sets of top secret documents, 3 sets of secret documents, and 3 sets of confidential documents. Some of those documents include the highest classification of secrecy, only available to those involved on the highest levels of government and on a need-to-know basis only. Right now, we can't tell exactly what's inside those documents, though, so we don't have any confirmation of reports, say, from the Washington Post that they could be related to nuclear weapons, but we are told the items include information about the President of France, Emmanuel Macron, and the executive grant of clemency for Roger Stone. Former President Trump responded this afternoon saying the FBI didn't need to seize anything and could have had the documents at any time by simply asking. So again, all of this pretty fresh. We'll keep digging into the warrant. Have another update when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Sandra, back to you.
All right, we'll see you then. Devin, thank you. Testimony continues today, but there's a big question mark hanging over the new trial in an alleged plot to kidnap Governor Whitmer. The judge is overseeing an investigation of a juror behind closed doors. An attorney for defendant Barry Croft Jr. claims one member of the jury hoped to be selected to ensure a certain verdict. Right now, no one, of course, can talk about the situation as the judge is trying to limit the risk of a mistrial. So for now, the juror continues hearing evidence as the investigation continues. Meantime, we're also hearing from more witnesses, including FBI informants. We're going to get a live update for you on what happened in court coming up tonight at 5. The young man charged in the murder of a teenager from Grand Blanc made his first court appearance today. Avion Sanders is facing several charges, including first-degree murder. Prosecutors say Sanders met 18-year-old Jacob Hills at a party in the city of Detroit. The two left. They went to another house, and that's where investigators believe Sanders killed the teenager and stole an AR-15 Hills was carrying with him. Sanders is being held right now without bond. Students from around Michigan traveled to Lansing today to demand action from state legislators on gun violence. March for Our Lives Michigan held a die-in and rally. You can see students on the ground there trying to make a point about lives lost to gun violence. The group trying to highlight gun safety legislation that has failed to make any progress in Lansing. Survivors of the Oxford school shooting are among the speakers today. You're going to hear some of their stories coming up tonight at 6. In downtown Detroit, fans are getting ready for the Detroit Lions' first preseason game. They're going to take on the Atlanta Falcons. It's the first chance for both teams to see how players are doing and also to start gearing up for a new season. Game time is 6 p.m. Our Jamie Edmonds will be live at Ford Field tonight at 5 and again at 6 to set the stage for more Lions football. And it looks like the weather is going to be just about perfect for tonight's game. Right now, meteorologist Kim Adams joins us with a sneak peek in the forewarned first forecast. Kim?
Well, it's going to be beautiful for tailgating here over the next hour or so. Nice and clear across Metro Detroit. We've got that big ridge of high pressure and control. Nice, dry, cool Canadian air. Out to the west, you can see these showers trying to move to the east, but it's almost like they're running into a wall. What's happening is this batch of rain is just running into that dry air, and that's what we're expecting to happen tomorrow afternoon here in Metro Detroit. But for this evening, nothing to worry about. Sunshine, pleasant, low humidity, 75 at 6 o'clock. 79 at 6 o'clock, 75 at 8 o'clock, 70 by 10 o'clock. Temperatures running a little below normal. We're going to talk about that coming up in the forecast.
All right, thank you, Kim. Police in Western New York investigating a very public attack on author Salman Rushdie, who was rushed to the hospital. We have video of that attack, although it's really hard to tell from looking at it what's happening exactly. A reporter for the Associated Press says a man confronted Rushdie on stage and appeared to punch or stab him 10 to 15 times before that attacker was arrested. Police say Rushdie was apparently stabbed in the neck. His condition unclear right now. And you might remember his book, The Satanic Verses. It's viewed as blasphemous by many Muslims. Rushdie has lived with threats hanging over his head for many years. Investigators say the man who tried to breach an FBI office in Cincinnati died hours later in an armed standoff. And right now they're trying to determine his motive for trying to get inside that office. This happened Thursday morning. Sources telling NBC News the man is identified as Ricky Walter Schiffer, who was apparently also outside the Capitol building during the January 6th riots. Police chased him to a cornfield. They tried to negotiate with him for hours, but they say he raised his gun and then they say that he fired at them. They fired at him. He died at the scene. FBI Director Christopher Wray calls the incident an unfounded attack and also says threats against the FBI should be deeply concerning to all Americans. The House of Representatives now poised to pass a big piece of legislation now called the Inflation Reduction Act. The House has been debating the $430 billion package, which narrowly passed by the Senate last weekend. It tackles climate change, drug prices, and also sets a minimum 15% tax for businesses making more than $1 billion a year. While it would still be significant win for Democrats, the package, though, is much smaller than the previous Build Back Better bill. Democrats really rallying right now, trying to get the bill to the president's desk. It is expected to pass without any Republican support. So any business owner will tell you they are constantly making decisions on how to keep and grow their success. Some are small and easy, others are big and risky, some pay off, and of course others don't. Today, Kim DeGiulio takes us to Midtown to meet a business owner in Detroit who took a big risk 7 years ago, and boy, has it paid off.
In 2015, there wasn't much here in Midtown Detroit. Sure, a couple of restaurants had opened, but there was no place where you could come to buy gifts or clothing. And that's when one longtime store owner from Birmingham saw an opportunity to give the city of Detroit something it needed. Art Loft, located on Cass in Midtown, has a little bit of everything.
We're pretty global, so we have merchandise from all over the world.
Owner Rachel Adadova Woods describes her store as a place to buy art and wearable art.
That's what we've been known for, and it's all unique items that you don't find in department stores.
The store's concept worked in downtown Birmingham, a business she ran for 20 years. But in 2015, Rachel saw that more people were starting to move to Detroit, so she figured she would too.
I decided to, branch out and open here. Just wanted to be part of the regeneration of the city of Detroit. I was the first, out of Birmingham to come to, the city. And then after that, a couple people, followed. And so, hey, I'm a trendsetter, and that's okay. I love it.
Rachel said the move was about filling this community with necessities.
And for me, it's more about community and helping a certain community with things that they are missing that are not in that community.
And over the last 7 years, she's built up this store and watched this community grow.
So it took time, but once people know what you're about, they come. Sometimes people stop by just to say, hey, I was just in the neighborhood and I just popped in to say hello.
That's why she's looking to celebrate the opening of her store 7 years ago on August 13th, 2015, by giving her customers a shopping event to remember, complete with a DJ, dancing, free gifts, and some great sales.
Our clothes will be 30% off. We will have the DJ over there. We'll have 50% off outside too.
And that event takes place tomorrow between noon and 6. And talk about community. The owner of Royale with Cheese behind me here, they said that anyone that shops at her store tomorrow can come with their receipt and receive 20% off their bill at his restaurant. Reporting in Midtown, I'm Kim DeGiulio, Local 4.
Some great deals. Okay, Kim. Rachel also believes in giving back to the community. Inside her store, you can find thank you letters from all of the local charities that her store has helped over the years.